right. Good morning, everyone. It's really good to be back here in Niagara Falls, and thank you all for being here. Thank you, President O'Gorman, for your leadership. I want to acknowledge my colleague Chris Bittle, MP for St. Catharines, and Dr. Jacques Ramsay, who is the Parliamentary Secretary to my portfolio. Before taking questions, I just want to highlight the announcement that I'm making on behalf of Prime Minister Carney. During the election campaign, we were clear that our borders had to be secure so everyone in Canada can feel safe, and we promised to hire 1,000 new CBSA officers to bolster our border protection efforts. Today, we're announcing that we will fund those positions as well as other important enhancements that will help CBSA officers do their jobs more effectively. We will spend $617.7 million over 5 years to train, hire, and deploy 1,000 CBSA officers. These people will do critical work at our borders, ensuring the smooth movement of people and goods, all the while making sure that illegal goods, guns, and drugs are stopped and those who are trafficking in them are arrested and charged. This funding will support specialized operational and analysts who identify individuals and entities suspected of having links to organized crime, human smuggling, immigration fraud, and terrorism. This money will also allow CBSA to support additional positions targeting high-risk areas in rail, marine, postal, courier, pre-departure, and highways. We will also increase CBSA's recruitment stipend to $525 a week from $125 that's presently available. That stipend has been frozen since 2005, so long past due for a boost. And finally, we will amend the Public Service Superannuation Act to expand early retirement eligibility, also known as 25 and out. And don't get any ideas, guys, okay? It's still early, but it really does enhance the broader package that's available to the CBSA men and women who serve us each and every day in the front lines. Making communities safer is a top priority for Canada's new government. We promised Canadians we would act decisively, and we're delivering. I'll be happy to take your questions, and Jacques, I don't know if you want to offer some comments on the press there.
Alors, aujourd'hui, le ministre vous annonce, vous saviez déjà que notre gouvernement était très investi pour renforcer les frontières. Aujourd'hui, on vient annoncer le financement de ce qui va permettre d'engager 1000 nouveaux employés à l'Agence des services frontaliers du Canada. Ça s'ajoute aux 10 000 personnes déjà qui travaillent pour renforcer nos frontières. Ce sont des actions qui vont se faire dans des lieux comme ici, mais également au niveau costal, au niveau du système ferroviaire et donc dans différentes opérations pour véritablement faire du Canada un pays sûr pour que les Canadiens et les Canadiennes puissent bénéficier de cette protection-là. Et donc, je vais laisser le ministre répondre en anglais. Si vous avez des questions en français, ça va me faire plaisir. Merci.
The focus of the 1,000 additional CBSA officers is to ensure that our agency has the best available men and women who could ensure the security of the border, but also do critical enforcement within Canada. This adds to the 10,000 plus personnel who are at the border right now. With the announcement yesterday of 1,000 RCMP officers, this will greatly enhance our capability at the borders, ports of entry, as well as enforcement within Canada. This really is about ensuring Canada's safety and security and our sovereignty. This really is not a response to the U.S. As you know, we have a border plan back in December where we invested $1.3 billion in additional resources, and we saw the results of that today here. We've also introduced legislation, Bill C-12, that will give border service agencies more resources and more tools to do their jobs more effectively. So this will certainly ensure the safety and security of Canadians, and that's our primary objective. So just to be clear, we're talking about C12 or C2? It's C2. C2. So as you're aware, C12 was introduced last week. It was very much mirrored on Bill C2. There's three elements that are absent in Bill C12 that was in C2, and that is one of the issues that you're highlighting, which is lawful access. My commitment that I've made to Canadians, to law enforcement, to those who have expressed concerns around civil liberties, is to be able to build consensus on what a lawful access regime will be acceptable to Canadians, and that's the work that we're going to be doing through the fall and winter. I'm going to just advise that our CBSA has incredible people who are working in the front lines to ensure that outages are fixed almost immediately. We understand that there is a situation today in Ottawa, and our personnel are working very hard to fix the issues. I have met with the President and asked her to report back within 30 days on some of the challenges that we've been facing recently, but I can assure Canadians that our systems work effectively. Of course, there may be at times some outages, and as soon as we find out, we make every effort to fix it within an expedited timeline. But President O'Gorman, if you want to maybe add some perspective.
No, I'll just reinforce what the Minister said. We work with our partners relentlessly. We do have legacy systems. We do have contingency plans, but it's not acceptable that they go down, and we are working with our partners to make sure that when they don't go down and when they do, that we're ready to put them back up again. Thank you.
So Prime Minister Mark met with the American President just in the past couple of weeks. That conversation said that any amount of fentanyl across the border is too much, both sides of the border. Is this your goal of this government?
You know, the fentanyl has impacted virtually every single community across North America, particularly in Canada and Niagara Falls, and maybe Chris can speak to some of the challenges in St. Catharines. But it is a whole of Canada challenge. It impacts us. We have 50,000 people who have died to the fentanyl crisis. We have 20 families a day that are burying their children, their loved ones. So it's an issue that impacts all of us. An ounce of fentanyl is too much, and our government will do everything in our powers to ensure that it is off our streets. We will be working in conjunction with federal law enforcement, municipal, provincial services to ensure that fentanyls are off our streets, but also to provide the right type of mental health supports and other off-ramps for users to be able to be safe in their communities. But what is important is that when the allegation that fentanyl is going from north to south, we knew from the outset that was incorrect. It was patently incorrect and was never supported by evidence. In fact, we know that we have a common distributor of fentanyl, which is coming primarily from several Asian countries, and our focus and focus of the United States should be towards ensuring that any type of goods and services, goods that are coming through are free of fentanyl, and any loopholes that exist are closed. That's the type of action that our government is taking, including adding additional resources at the ports of entry, but also giving law enforcement additional tools to do the work. Chris, I don't know if you want to maybe highlight.
Well, I just just to say that today's announcement is to safe borders make safe communities. And so that's the focus. And we can see what the scourge of fentanyl has done in our communities. We can just go downtown, whether it's St. Catharines or Hamilton. And today is about focusing on that and to help ease the scourge that exists.
Can you say how many of the 1,000 new CBSA officers will be dedicated to the four crossings in Niagara?
It's a great question. I think our primary objective is to make sure that the 1,000 officers are, the 1,000 personnel, they're not all officers, my understanding, will have the training, have the capabilities to be able to be deployed across Canada. As you know, there are a number of competing priorities, and over the course of the next several months, we will look forward to a plan that CBSA offers to Canada in terms of what that looks like. Granularly, I think it'll be hard for us to say today what type of investments would be coming here, but my assurance is that the region, and Mike, I just want to commend your work, Mike, and your team as well for the work that you do. They're doing incredible work, and I've been to all but Queenston border crossing, and I can assure you that we will support them in every way we can, because this is a top-notch region with some incredible results, with some amazing people who are working. We have probably the most advanced technology as Gordie Howe opens up over the next several months. We know that we have top-notch technology to be able to do the work. So we will continue to resource and support the region every way we can. President, I don't know if you want to add.
So we have 259 trained officers for the Gordie Howe Bridge, and the only thing I would add is our adversaries are always looking at ways to bring things into the country that shouldn't be here. And so my colleagues who are behind, they move around, they change the way they do their operations, and we go based on risk. So the economic importance of the Southern Ontario region can't be understated, and so I would imagine, like other significant traffic areas in the country, we'll see new officers come online.
All right. Any other questions?
One more question. To your understanding, has the threat of state-sponsored political assassinations and enemies of the Liberal government continued?
Look, I think the issues around transnational repression are critically important for Canadians. It has had impact in several communities across Canada. As a government, we've taken some decisive steps, including the listing of the Bishnoi gang, but also to ensure that our RCMP, as well as other police of jurisdiction, have the requisite resources and support to do their jobs very effectively. With respect to India, I'll note that Minister Anand was in India. She had some very positive engagement, but she also outlined Canada's concern with respect to previous incidents, and our expectation is that we will continue to and cautiously rebuild the relationship with India while ensuring the safety, security of Canadians at all points.
Your bill C2 has faced a number of criticisms from different parties. Do you believe you have the support that you need from other parties to pass this now?
So just to be clear, we did introduce Bill C12, which mirrors C2. So C12, I do believe, will have the requisite support to go through Parliament. With respect to the elements that are in C2 that we want to advance, we will do some work. We will ensure that we have appropriate consensus amongst oftentimes differing parties with different perspectives, and have some consensus so that we can bring forward a lawful access regime that is in line with both civil liberties, but at the same time the needs, the increasing needs of law enforcement.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.